This is from the Supreme Court of Montana. They just released this. March 20th. Montana courts of limited jurisdiction judges. Dear judges, because of the high risk of transmittal COVID-19, not only to prisoners with correctional facilities, but staff and defense attorneys as well, we ask that you review your jail rosters and release, without bond, as many prisoners as you are able to, especially those being held for non-violent offenses. At this time, there does not appear to be an outbreak of COVID-19 in any of Montana's correctional facilities. However, it is only a matter of time. Due to the confines of these facilities, it will be virtually impossible to contain the spread of the virus. We ask that you follow the provisions of the memorandum set out March 17th. Conducting as many hearings as you can using video and other remote technology will curtail the risk of exposure and transmission of the virus. Thank you again for your service to the state and your communities. This is a challenging time, and we're all having to make some difficult decisions to keep our communities healthy. And one of those is probably releasing nonviolent drug offenders. How about that? Boy, this pandemic is such a fucking progressive wonderkid. Wonderkind? This coronavirus is getting shit done that Barack Obama, Ralph Nader, Bernie Sanders, nobody could get done. They're getting a UBI. They're going to get mortgage relief, eviction relief. Now we're getting a prison reform. They're letting nonviolent drug offenders go. It's kind of amazing. This guy caught it. He said, wow, Chief Justice in Montana just issued this incredible directive asking judges to review their jail rosters and release without bond as many people as possible. This is huge. That's wild. So that of course, this is going to spread to jails. So now they got to let the jails out. Why? Because if the virus gets in a jail, everybody in the jail is going to get it. And then what? And then you got to have your ICUs filled with criminals. So when you get sick and you want to go to the ICU, it's going to be filled with homeless and criminal people. So now they're going to let them go. So I don't know how this isn't happening all across the country. I don't know how this is. California was already overcrowded. Do you remember they had to sue Kamala Harris when she was the Attorney General of California to make sure she let out some people who were in prison because they were overcrowded. And they weren't letting them out. And the reason Kamala Harris's office gave to a judge in open court was that this will screw up our prison labor system if we let these people out. That was the reason they were keeping them in prison, was so they could be used as slaves. So,
and Jimmy, some people could make the case right now, the businesses that are forcing their workers to go to work, that aren't providing sick leave.
That's right.
Is enslavement.
Well, it's some form of abuse. That's for sure. It's some form of abuse. And so I don't know how. So how do they not do this for every person in jail? I mean, who's a nonviolent offender?
Well, in the meantime, ICE raids are still going on. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?